everybody on their feet, ready to hear the introduction of the starters of Coach Nate Oats, SEC champions for the second time in 3 years, trying to win it outright against their arch rivals. Once again, Tony Giles on the mic as the crowd is on its feet.
Please stand and deliver a rolling tide for Alabama's starting five. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Number 1, Mark Sears. At guard, a 6'3" freshman from Rochester, New York. Number 0, Jaden Bradley. At forward, a 6'10" freshman from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Number 15, Noah Clowney. At forward, a 6'9" freshman from Antioch, Tennessee. Number 24, Brandon Miller. And at center, a 7-foot sophomore from Brampton, Ontario. Number 14, Charles Bediako. The assistant coaches are Charlie Henry, Bryan Hodgson, and Antoine Pettway. And Alabama's head coach is Nate Oats. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alabama basketball.
Bryan passing. The fans were asked to wear white for the last home game against Arkansas. They were asked to wear crimson for this matchup against the Auburn Tigers, and the home team has done the same. Bama wearing the crimson unis here at Coleman Coliseum as they try to get to 15-0 in this building. Once again, it's a rarity, but Alabama trying to get it done.
Yeah, so much on the line in this game. I mean, you don't need much on the line. It's Alabama and Auburn, but an SEC regular season title, an outright title, hangs in the balance. Alabama can clinch it tonight. It could be an incredible night to what has been an incredible season, but it's March, and this is when it gets serious. Alabama wants to be playing their best basketball, hopefully have a chance to cut down the nets, but this Auburn team has a lot on the line too. They are very much on the NCAA tournament bubble, and they probably need another win or two and a high-quality win. They would love nothing more than to come into Coleman Coliseum and beat the number 2 team in the country and a rival to kind of solidify them in the NCAA tournament. So a lot on the line for both teams, kind of like the fact that where Alabama is, trying to win a championship, trying to get a number 1 seed, a number 1 overall seed. A lot of pressure on this Alabama team tonight. It's the last game in Coleman Coliseum. There have been years where weren't sure if you're going to host an NIT game. That is not the case. Alabama will be most likely a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament, depending on how things go around the country and how Alabama finishes. But I think at worst, a 1 or 2 seed is a pretty great place for this program to be. Want to finish the regular season strong on Saturday against a very good Texas A&M team. But right now, it's Alabama, it's Auburn. An outright title is on the line. It's March. Man, I got goosebumps.
I'm right there with you, partner. Special, to say the least. Coleman Coliseum still filling up. Folks still making their way in, getting ready to see their team. The SEC champions trying to be greedy and secure it all for themselves. A win tonight or Saturday in College Station, and they will be outright SEC champions. Already claiming the league crown for the 9th time in the regular season in school history. Auburn is wearing white. KB Burnett's our lead official. He'll step between Charles Bediako and Janai Broom. He is going to throw the ball in the air, and the tap is controlled in the backcourt to our left by the Tigers. Chuck Jones and Don Daly, the other officials for this one as well. Man-to-man by Alabama as the Tigers will have it front court to our right with Green playing off of a screen. Gives it to Broom, top of the arc. Feeds it on the right wing to Williams. He'll drive to the elbow. Kicks it far side to Jasper. Jasper behind the back with a dribble. Gives it off. A deep 3 is up and good from Jalen Williams. First shot of the game results in a 3 for the Tigers, and they grab the early advantage. Bama the other way. Bradley front court. Bradley working against the man-to-man. Works off of a screen. Gives it off to Sears on the right wing. Sears working against Green. Surveys the floor. Dribbles left. Whips a pass to Clowney. Clowney will hand it off to Sears. Steps back behind the screen. gives it back to Bradley. Driving down the lane, puts it up, had it stripped, but a reach is going to be called no. A tie-up is going to be forced by the man who made the 3 to start the game. That's Jalen Williams with a big defensive play, but the arrow is going to favor Alabama.
Jalen Williams, a player for Auburn who's done a lot of different things really well. Streaking from the three-point line, versatile defender, made it right there.
Quick inbounds pass to Sears, laid it in for 2. Great feed from Jaden Bradley. A quick bucket inside to make it a 3-2 Auburn advantage.
That's called reading the defense. Did not run the play, recognizing that had an open lane to the basket. Teammate able to recognize Mark Sears all by himself, and he lays it in.
Broom with it, top of the arc, defended by Bediako. Broom driving to the right wing with the shot clock down to 10. Lost the handle, picked up by Bediako, and the tide will come the other way. Here's Sears moving it ahead, gets in front court, crosses over, whips a pass down low. Bediako got mugged on the play. That'll be a foul, and we'll see if they go intentional or not, because he grabbed him with both arms. That's going to be, I believe, on Jalen Williams, and they'll say 2 shots upcoming for Charles Bediako.
Nice recognition. Mark Sears finds Charles Bediako, slipped to the goal, would have had an uncontested layup or dunk had Auburn not fouled him. He'll go to the line for 2 where he's struggled this season.
Has indeed. Bediako overall on the year, only a 38% shooter. The first of the 2 shots is up, and that one is no good. 33% in conference play, as he's now 5 of 16 after that miss. Trying to tie it at 3 apiece with 18:36 to go here in the opening half from a sold-out Coleman Coliseum. Second free throw up. That one is halfway down and pops out. So 2 misses by the Tide at the stripe, and the Tigers come the other way with a 3-2 edge. Williams giving it off to Green. To Williams again, top of the arc, looks to his left, gives it off to Broom. Now far side, they'll dump it off to Jasper. Back they go to Williams, trying to work against Clowney. A step back 3 is no good. Rebound tipped by Bediako to himself. Outlet pass goes to Bradley. Jaden will bring it ahead. Throws a lob to Miller. It's off the mark. A scramble for the loose ball. It's going to be picked up by Bama. No, a tie-up, and the arrow is going to favor the Tigers.
Had Brandon Miller all by himself. Just a poor pass by Jaden Bradley. Almost went in the goal.
Yeah.
Didn't give Brandon a chance to go up and throw it down. This sellout crowd would have gone nuts, but he was all alone running the lane out past the Auburn Tigers, but unfortunately the pass not on target.
Yeah, it actually hit the rim, the back of it, and the jump ball favoring Auburn. So 3-2 Tigers. They've got possession. Broom top of the arc. The dribble and a handoff to Green. Good defense by Clowney to keep him from shooting the 3. Now Green will work inside to the elbow, gives it back out to Broom. Back again to Green. 10 on the shot clock, trying to work against Miller. Gets down the lane, tough shot, off the rim, no good. Tip follow, no. Tipped again, out of bounds. Such last, they say, by Alabama. Tide fans and my broadcast partner disagree. But Don Daly there on the baseline made the call with a lot of hands going for that loose basketball. They say it was the Tide that touched it last. Broom giving it back to Williams in the corner. 3 is up and good, and he's 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. Actually 2 of 3, excuse me, as Bama comes the other way, down 6-2.
That's why that's a big call. I thought it went out of bounds off of Auburn. They get a second chance opportunity and capitalize with another 3.
Bediako with the basketball, handing it off to Miller. We're going to call a push-off on Brandon, negating what was a made 3 after the fact. And Nate Oats says, yep, you did it, or at least made it look like it.
No, he did. He extended his arm, just kind of a frustration-type foul, as Auburn, understandably so, guarding Brandon Miller tightly. Hit the 3 after the fact, but it was the right call as he clearly pushed off.
Green will give it off to Broom, top of the arc, driving to his right, handing it off to Williams, goes down the lane, lost it off his leg, got thought out of bounds, and Don Daly is going to get help from his teammates, and he needs it. He needs help from his teammates. Chuck Jones said, I think he pointed the wrong way, and he did. That's exactly what happened. It's great teamwork on the part of the guys in stripes. Chuck Jones, I think, knew Don just pointed the wrong direction, because that was clearly off the leg of the Tigers.
Good interior defense by Alabama. I think it was Noah Clowney who got the deflection, went off the leg of the Auburn Tigers, and Alabama gets it back. Some missed opportunities for Alabama the first few offensive possessions.
3 minutes into this one, Alabama trailing 6-2, tied with the basketball. Sears looks down low to Clowney. He'll dribble underneath the basket, gets pushed, and that'll be a foul on Jalen Williams. And on Williams, that'll be his second.
Well,
that's a big call early.
That is a big call as Jalen Williams knocked down a couple of threes here in the early going. He'll have to check out with 2 fouls, but good job, Alabama, to go inside to Noah Clowney, and Noah forcing the issue, spun to the baseline, tried to finish at the rim, but gets pushed out of bounds, and Alabama will have it.
So Williams, who made back-to-back threes to start the game, gets called for his second foul and checks out 3 minutes and 7 seconds into this one. The inbounds pass by Bama knocked out of bounds immediately by the Tigers. So a reset once again. 20 on the shot clock. Are they going to say 1 tick off of that, down to 19 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, Alabama set a back screen. Charles Bediako was wide open. What could have been an alley-oop dunk, but Dylan Cardwell at 6'11" on Alabama's point guard, one of their point guards, able to deflect it. Cardwell, one of the top shot blockers in the SEC, won't get called for or get credit for a blocked shot, but good defensive play by the Tigers.
Tigers inbounding it, or Bama inbounding it, making it tough are the Tigers, and KD Johnson immediately knocks that one out of bounds.
Auburn, a lot like Tennessee, makes it very difficult to inbound the ball underneath your own goal. Alabama's got to be sharp, setting screens and cutting to the ball.
Miller with a big height advantage over KD Johnson. Let's see if the Tide can get it to him. They do in the corner. Now he's going to be picked up by Wendell Green. Miller on the drive, gets into the lane, had it stripped and stolen by Johnson. They'll bring it ahead, giving it off to Green on the right wing. Got away with a walk. Now drives into the lane, lost the handle, got it back. Gives it off into the paint, ball knocked away and stolen by Bediako. Gives it off to Sears. Mark front court with Bama down 4. Gives it back to Bediako. Stops at the elbow. Throws a pass back out to Bradley in the title reset. Bradley going downhill, gives it off left side. Clowney steps into a 3, too strong. Rebound claimed by the Tigers. It will be Cardwell, giving it ahead. Now Johnson on the far wing. Johnson surveying the floor, directing traffic as Alabama starts off with a miss from 3-point range. They made just 3 of 22 in their last ball game. Here's Moore with it, top of the arc, handing it off to Johnson. Johnson now to Flanagan. Flanagan, a fall-away jumper from 16, no good, and a rebounding foul is going to be called on the Tigers. That'll be on Dylan Cardwell, and it brings us to immediate timeout. 15:56 is the time left in the first half. Slow start for Bama, and Jahvon Quinerly and Noah Gurley also checking in, joining Miller, Clowney, and Nimari Burnett, who's also seeing his first action so far in the game. Miller working against the zone, all alone, 3 short. It comes right back to him. He steps through, lays it up, got bumped, no whistle, and his shot is missed as the Tigers come the other way. Still 6-2 Auburn as Bama misses a couple of good looks wide open in the case of the first for Brandon Miller. Tigers far side with Green.
Well, it was a defensive mistake by Auburn. They went zone, left Brandon Miller all alone, just a little short with the 3.
Burnett, great defense on Green, who drives to the elbow, kicks it to the far side. Cardwell on the drive, ran over the defender, Noah Clowney, and Cardwell now has 2 fouls as well.
And Cardwell coming in off the bench. Not as big a deal as Jalen Williams getting in foul trouble. But good defensive play by Alabama and Noah Clowney. He was a star on that end of the floor in the game Saturday against Arkansas when Alabama couldn't buy a basket. It was defense that got Alabama back in the game and extended the lead, led by Noah Clowney.
Tide will get it front court with Quinerly. Surveying the floor, throws it a far side. Clowney catch and shoot 3, too strong. Rebound claimed by Miller. Brandon takes it left side, working against the defender. Goes to his left, nothing there. Goes to his right, brings it out to the timeline. Miller working against the defender Moore. Crosses right, kicks it over to JQ into the corner to Burnett. Nimari, a pump fake, a drive, and a dish. Miller, a pump fake, a step back, a 3, and a miss, and a rebound secured by Auburn.
Alabama off to a slow start, 0 for 4 from the 3-point line.
Tigers run the other way. They're going to call a foul in the act of shooting, not by the guy that blocked it, but a push on the way up. I think that may be on Burnett. It is on Nimari, his first. And the second team foul on the Crimson Tide. 4 have been whistled on the Tigers. 14:44 is the time left first half. And Alabama, which started slow offensively against Arkansas, yet finished with 86 in the ball game, start slow here, trailing 6-2 with 14:44 remaining in the opening half.
Alabama's 0 for their last 5 and getting good looks. That's good news for Alabama. It's tough to get good looks against this Auburn Tiger defense, and they've gotten some wide open shots. Unfortunately, they haven't gone down, but that's a sign of things to come. Those shots will eventually start to fall.
Miller, a tough start. 2 turnovers, 0 for 3 from the field. Does have a couple of rebounds. He'll head to the bench, and Rylan Griffen will come in to replace him, another freshman. This one from Dallas. Green, second free throw attempt up. That one, like the first, is good as well. And the Tigers have taken an 8-2 lead. 14:42 and moving. Time left first half. Here's Bama front court. Quinerly brings it left side. Now gives it off to Griffen, top of the arc. Rylan off the screen. Left alone. 3 ball is short. Rebound's going to be secured by K.D. Johnson, and he'll run it ahead for the Tigers. Stops on the wing, gets into the lane, leaves it off to Broom. Puts it up with the left hand, dropped in, and Auburn has taken an 8-point lead. Bama struggling, and the Tigers running the other way. A 10-2 Auburn advantage. Here's JQ with it, surveying the floor, directing traffic from the left side, splitting defenders, weaving through the lane. A bounce pass to Clowney. Clowney handing it back to Griffen. Griffen trying to shake free from Bauman, who's come into the game. Gives it into the paint to Clowney. Tough shot off the glass. Got it to go. The lid's off, we hope, and it's 10-4. Auburn with the lead with 13:55 to go in the half.
Nice pass by Rylan Griffen, high pick and roll, and Noah Clowney able to finish through contact.
Broom outside to Green near the midcourt stripe, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson, little teardrop in the lane, no good. Rebound to Clowney, we got numbers. Bama pushing it ahead. Burnett on the far wing. Burnett into the lane. Burnett outside to JQ, all alone, 3, bottom. Jahvon Quinerly knocks home the 3. A bank first three-pointer, and it's a 10-7 ball game. Auburn with the lead, but the fuse has been lit here inside Coleman.
Alabama turning defense into offense, getting out with numbers, and finally gets one to go down.
A strip, a steal. Bama the other way. Lost by the Tide, though. Griffen couldn't hang on to it. Here comes Green the other way. Green weaving through traffic, stopping on the wing, taking the dribble between the circles now, being defended by Gurley. Guarding him out near that midcourt stripe. Crossing over is Green, getting into the lane, fakes a pass, throws it out, throws it away. Quinerly with the basketball, trying to weave through traffic. Lost it on the way up, got fouled by Bourbon, and that will be team foul number 5 on the Tigers.
Little energy for Alabama, finally knocking down a 3, as we talked about. If you continue to get good looks, open looks from the three-point line, you play with confidence, eventually one's going to fall. It did for Jahvon Quinerly, coming off of one of his best games of the season. 16 points, 7 assists. All of those assists in the second half against Arkansas. Knocks down a big one for the Tide.
Tide will inbound it from the baseline to get it to Gurley on the wing. Gurley will give it off to JQ. Oh, he's got room guarding him, and here he comes, getting the running start. JQ stepping back, crossing over, going down the lane, kicking it on the wing. Burnett all alone, 3, too strong. Rebound fought for, claimed by Bourbon, and the Tigers will come the other way. Tide had a chance to even it up, missed another one. Alabama now just 1 of 7 from 3. Tigers get into the lane. Johnson, a runner off the glass. Tough shot, got it to drop. It makes it a 12-7 ball game. Quinerly in the game, but also Nick Pringle has checked in, joining Burnett, Griffen, and Gurley is the 5 on the floor. Quinerly stops, starts, goes down the lane, high off the glass, no, and a rebound fought for and saved by the Crimson Tide. JQ out to Burnett, fakes a 3, drives in, steps through, lays it up and in for 2.
The pump fake got him free, and Janae Broom thought he was going to pass it off to Nick Pringle. Little pump fake, and able to finish off the glass and in.
12-9 our score. Auburn with the ball in the lead. Deflected by Burnett, stolen by Burnett, knocked away by Auburn, and picked up by the Tigers. Johnson all alone, left wing, 3 ball is good. Johnson knocking it down, and it's 15-9. Auburn by 6. JQ working against the vocal defender for the Tigers. JQ dropping it back to Pringle. Drives into the lane, knocked away, no whistle. It goes out of bounds. Touched last by the Tigers. What a pace here in Tuscaloosa, although not a ton of points for the home team. 15-9. Auburn on top with 11:21 to go in the half here on the Crimson Tide Sports.
Falling. You hope that the 3 ball will eventually go down. It's early, but a struggle so far from deep for Alabama.
Sears back in along with Miller, Bediako, Dom Welch for the first time, and Noah Clowney. Sears on the far side being defended by Flanagan. Flanagan working away from a double team, feeds Clowney. Back he goes to Sears. Sears splitting defenders, going down the lane. Tough shot, no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Clowney. His little jump hook is good. He got bumped by a teammate in Bediako, but still got it to drop.
He got fouled, but it was by Charles Bediako. Sometimes you got to finish through contact, but this time it was friendly fire.
15-11. Auburn with the 4-point lead. Flanagan with it, feeds it over to Johnson. Johnson will roll it into the low post to Broom. Broom facing the basket, shoots a 15-footer short. Rebound snatched out of the air by Clowney. Ahead to Miller, doesn't have numbers. Floats to the left wing, lets traffic go by. Plays off a screen. Tries to cross over, goes left. Double team, had it poked away. Stolen, here comes Donaldson. Donaldson had traffic in front. Now he'll give it off to Broom on the right wing. Broom thought about a three, feeds it back to Donaldson, and they'll reset their offense. 10-16 to play in the opening half. Auburn the ball in a 15-11 lead. Moore giving it off to Donaldson on the right wing. Donaldson into the low post to Broom. Broom trying to back his way down on Bediako, spins, throws it away, stolen, picked up now by Sears. Sears front court for Alabama. Sears right side, Sears underneath, Sears outside to Clowney. One more to Welch, takes a three, drives in the lane, tough shot left hand, no, and another rebound for Auburn. Front court Flanagan, weaving through traffic, contact, foul, Auburn. Job again, well done. Brandon Miller taking that one for the Crimson Tide.
Alabama with some missed opportunities at the rim. Dom Welch with a great move, not able to finish. It would have been a difficult lay-in, but that started the Auburn fast break. Got a sprint back in transition defense. Brandon Miller did it, got his feet set, took the charge.
9:45 and moving here in the first half, and Alabama trailing 15-11 against the Auburn Tigers. Bediako top of the arc. Pivots, getting bumped, had it knocked away. A scramble for the loose ball. He'll pick it up in the back court. Bediako is going to be called for an offensive foul. He had Broom all over him, but he hooked him. He hooked him with a left arm. Frustrated by the Tigers, and Bama not managing the intensity and the pressure put on by Auburn very well.
7th turnover for Alabama. And that one was created because Charles wasn't strong with the ball initially, let it get poked away, and then pushed off. That's a couple of times that Alabama's pushed off against Auburn defenders, kind of in frustration. And another turnover. Alabama's struggling on the offensive end.
Tigers working to the top of the arc with Broom. Takes a dribble and a handoff now to Williams, playing with 2 fouls, but also having made 2 threes. Williams gives it outside to Flanagan. Flanagan on the drive, down the lane with the left hand, no. The ball tipped into the air, picked up by Miller, secures it, now brings it ahead. Weaving through traffic, gets knocked to the deck, and they'll call Flanagan for the foul, and that will be the 7th on the Tigers. 3 have been called on Alabama, and the Tide will shoot 1 plus the bonus with 9:09 remaining in the opening half.
Got to be strong with the ball. The Auburn Tigers take chances on the defensive end. They block a lot of shots. They also get a lot of steals, which means they take some chances. Right there, Brandon Miller able to be secure with it, take the contact, and he has struggled in this game. Hopefully, he can get going at the free throw line with a 1-and-1 coming up.
Miller, scoreless so far in the ball game, shooting 1 plus the bonus for the Crimson Tide and knocking that one down. Brandon, an 84% free throw shooter on the year, 85% in SEC games. Second attempt upcoming, trying to make this a 2-point contest with 9:09 to go in the half. Free throw up and good. 15-13, and the crowd making some more noise again. Donaldson will walk it ahead for the Tigers. Looks left, gives it off to Johnson. Johnson driving to the wing, stopping, giving it off, gets a return feed, drives in, lost it, and they'll call the foul on Bediako.
He just threw himself into Charles. That's what KD Johnson does, and that's what Nate Oats is talking to the officials about. What is he supposed to do? Was vertical, straight up and down, and KD Johnson really forces the issue, threw his body into Charles, right in his chest, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Johnson throws his body into the defenders. So you've got Wendell Green, who's known for kicking his legs out to try to draw a call, and both very successful in that regard, as Johnson misses the first free throw. Checking in for the Tigers once more, Leor Berman, and also Chris Moore. Second attempt upcoming for Johnson. 70% free throw shooter on the season, and he gets 1 of 2. Alabama basketball down 3, 16-13 with 8:52 remaining in the opening half from here at Coleman Coliseum. A sellout. Jaden Bradley driving, gives it off to the cutter. Clowney, nice catch in traffic. Shot off the glass too strong, but he got fouled, and they'll call it, and that will be whistled on Chris Moore.
The strength of Noah Clowney, able to get that up on the backboard, almost went down. He'll go to the line for 2. And Noah Clowney looks thin, kind of wiry, but he is strong because he was getting held and able to go up. The ball got deflected, but the strong hands and strength overall of Noah Clowney to get that up on the backboard helped draw the foul.
Too strong on the free throw attempt. He'll have another try upcoming. 65% shooter overall this year from the charity stripe is Clowney. 73% in conference play. Second try upcoming, trying to get this to a 2-point game again at the 8:43 mark of the first half. Free throw up and good. And it is indeed 16-14. A little pressure in the backcourt being applied by Alabama. Tigers, though, inbounded easily, and now Alabama will drop back. Donaldson getting it front court. Crossing left, giving it back to Broom, top of the circle. Broom, a backdoor pass. It's caught underneath. Spinning, shooting, and scoring is Williams on a tough shot with the left hand. Auburn 18, Bama 14. Here's the Tide front court with Miller. Brandon giving it off to Bradley. Jaden looking left. Jaden driving left. Jaden getting downhill, laying it up, missing it. Put back no good by Clowney. And snatching the miss out of the air is Broom for the Tigers. Missing putback dunks. Even that's a challenge for Alabama right now.
Just kind of mistimed it, but was in the right place at the right time. Missed layup and a missed follow dunk.
Johnson, a step back 3 off of a screen. Got it to go, running his mouth, and with 7:55 to go, Tigers lead it 21-14. Sears with the basketball. Driving inside the lane, stopping, looking, finding a man in Bradley. One more pass in the corner. Welch, 3, in and out, no good. That one was halfway down, and the Tigers up 7 will run the other way. Johnson on the far wing, working against Bradley. Johnson giving it outside to Donaldson, who directs traffic.
Alabama now 1 for 8 from the 3-point line, getting wide open looks, but not able to convert.
Donaldson pulls up from 8 feet, gets it to go, and a timeout called by Nate Oats. A break in the action will break as well. 7:25 to play first half. 23-14, Auburn leading Alabama here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Do it.
Nick Pringle back into the ball game, joining Miller, Quinerly, Sears, and Griffen is the 5 on the floor for the Crimson Tide. Auburn has it front court, getting it right side to Johnson. Johnson, who's had a couple of big buckets already in this game, totaling 9 points, throws it inside to Williams. Jump hook is up and good, and he scores once again. He's been huge in this half. He's now got 10. Bama front court with the basketball. Miller on the right wing. Miller backing it out, giving it off to Sears. Looks left, nobody there, gives it back, or keeps it himself. Plays off of the screen, working against the zone, gets into the lane. Bounce pass off the leg of Pringle. He wanted the ball up high. It was a bounce pass down around his knee, and he just really wasn't able to grab the basketball.
Yeah, I think Nick was probably right. That's a tough pass for a 6'10 player running to the basket to handle. It was a little bit too low. Right idea by Mark Sears, but needed to either make that jump up a little higher. It was too low to handle.
31-23, Auburn with the ball in the lead. Flanagan with it, driving with his offhand, his right, now spins back left against Sears, trying to create space, shoots a fall away from the baseline and knocks it in. Had a size advantage over Sears and took his time, got it sized up, dropped it in. It's a 10-point lead. Griffen trying to answer with a 3, too strong. Rebound on the backside, claimed by the Tigers, and Pringle trying to grab the loose ball, collided with Wendell Green Jr., and that will send Auburn to the line. Or will it? Yep, it is the 17th foul on Alabama, and it sends Wendell Green Jr. to the stripe, shooting 1 plus the bonus, an 82% free throw shooter on the year.
Well, it has been tough for Alabama in this game. One of your best 3-point shooters, wide open in the corner. Misses another open shot. Not Rylan, but the team. And Nick Pringle going for the loose ball. Bumps into one of the best free throw shooters in the SEC with a chance for Auburn to extend this to 12.
Green, free throw up and good. And with 2:40 to play, first half, Auburn has its biggest lead at 34-23. Alabama has not led in this opening half. It has been all Tigers from the start. Green eyeing the basket with 2:40 to go in the half. And gets the free throw up and good as well. And the lead's at a dozen, 35-23. Bama getting it front court. Quinerly giving it off to Miller. Brandon trying to spin away from a defender. They'll switch on him. He's guarded now by Broom. Miller going down the lane to the rim. Got fouled and scored. He'll have a chance for the and one.
What a move by Brandon Miller. I thought he was going to try to dunk it. I think he wanted to, but got fouled so hard. The fact that he was able to finish through that contact off the glass, showing you his strength. Chance for a big three-point play.
Broom guilty of his first. That'll be the team 10th. And one opportunity for Miller. Trying to make this a single-digit ball game again. It's currently 35-25 Tigers. Free throw by Miller up and good, and he now has 5 points to go with his 3 rebounds and, unfortunately, 3 turnovers in this ball game. Here comes Auburn the other way with Green. Green working against Griffen. A bounce pass to Broom, top of the arc. Broom guarded tightly by Pringle, throws it away. Oh, they're going to call Sears for the foul. They say he reached trying to get to the basketball and in front of KD Johnson, I believe. But on Sears, that'll be a tough whistle right there.
And probably or a chance for a 4-point swing if Auburn can knock down these free throws. Looked like a great defensive play by one of the best defenders in the SEC. Mark Sears has been in the top 5 in steals in the Southeastern Conference most of the year. Almost had another one, but instead it'll be Auburn at the line.
Flanagan shooting 1 plus the bonus. The lefty shoots a brick, and the rebound snatched out of the air by Pringle. Nick went up above everybody. Now Brandon the other way. Miller trying to shake free, crosses over, backs it out, gives it off right side Quinerly. Quinerly surveying the floor with 2 minutes to go in the half. Bama down 9. JQ changing directions, getting in the paint. Tough shot left hand, no. And the rebound claimed by Broom. Tigers coming the other way. A wild pass goes out of bounds as in transition. Wendell Green tried to connect with Flanagan on the right side. It was way beyond his reach.
Another missed opportunity for Alabama. What a move by Jahvon Quinerly. Able to get a good look at it. Just missed shot from a couple of feet away, one he normally makes, but it was a great move against a really good defender in Wendell Green. But once again, Alabama at point-blank range can't convert.
Green out, Donaldson in to replace him. And the uniform police have shown up, made him tuck his jersey in. A minute 49 to go in the half. Alabama down 35-26. Inbounds goes to JQ, who gets it front court. Quinerly looking right side Miller. Catch and shoot, 3 by.
Boy, the quick release of Brandon Miller. High pick and roll, slips it to the 3-point line. JQ, no hesitation, finds him. And Brandon Miller lets it fly before the defense can adjust.
Third bank first 3 of the half from Bama on 12 attempts. Donaldson trapped, gives it off. Johnson being defended by Quinerly. Johnson trying to play off the screen. Johnson directing traffic. Weaving through, stopping, shooting from 17. That's a brick that rolls off. Ball fought for, claimed by Auburn. They throw it back out to Johnson, far side. Into the low post, more. Reverse layup, no good. Tap is good, though. I believe it was Broom who gets credit for the bucket.
Boy, 3 opportunities for Auburn. They'll get the timeout to set their defense, but Bama not able to close out that defensive possession. Had some momentum after the 3. That's a big bucket for the Auburn Tigers.
Is indeed. And the Tide will inbound into backcourt to Quinerly, who will bring it ahead, being defended by Johnson. Quinerly works to his right, being held. They're going to blow the whistle. KD is shocked.
And that will be a 2-shot foul. Alabama in the double bonus. 10th team foul against the Auburn Tigers. So JQ at the line for 2, a chance to cut this to 6.
2 shots upcoming for Quinerly, who was so good in Alabama's win against Arkansas. First free throw up and good for the New Jersey native. Pringle out, Clowney in to replace him for the Crimson Tide. Auburn making changes, getting Flanagan and Williams back in with 56.8 to go in the half, and Bama down 7. Make it 6 as Quinerly gets them both. Stop here would be so nice. 53 seconds remaining in the first half. Donaldson front court, gives it off to Williams, feeds it now to Johnson. Johnson on the drive downhill, wild shot, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. Touch last by the Tigers. Bama will have it with 43 seconds remaining in the first half. And again, Bruce Pearl will make changes, getting Flanagan and Williams out. Williams playing with those 2 fouls that he picked up in the first 3.5 minutes of the game. And now here is Moore and Berman back in for Auburn.
Katie Johnson tried to get that foul. Similar situation we saw a few minutes ago where he just threw his body in the defender. Nate Oats was in the official's ear. This time the call does not go for the Tigers.
Clowney, a dribble and a handoff to Sears. Steps into a 3, too strong. Rebound tipped off the glass and controlled by Auburn. Here comes Donaldson front court. Donaldson backing it out, throws it into the paint. They'll throw it into the corner. Berman all alone for 3, knocks it down. Leor Berman gets it to go, and Bama can hold it for the final shot if they choose to do so, down 9. Bama basketball, trailing 40-31, 8 seconds, 7, 6 to go in the half, 5, Sears with it at 4, at 3, at 2, puts it up at 1, got it to go, half ends, and Alabama finishes with a little momentum, but Auburn leads it by 7 at the break. Roger Hoover catching up with Nate Oats.
Coach, your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, we got to pick it up on both ends. I mean, we had a good game plan on Wendell Green. He hasn't played much. We've done good on him, but everybody else is killing us. Like, we got to pick it up on the rest of their players. Then offensively, we got way too many turnovers. We got to finish at the rim better. We got to play a lot better in the second half.
Thank you, Coach.
Quinerly will start the second half along with Miller, Bediako, Clowney, and Sears, the 5 on the floor. JQ starting ahead of the freshman Jaden Bradley to begin the second half. Quinerly playing off the screen, goes to Sears, left of the circle. Let's fly for 3, bottom, and that is a wonderful start.
And he hesitated, which usually is bad news, but this time it goes in, and listen to this Coleman Coliseum crowd.
4-point game, Auburn with the basketball and the lead. Williams with it, top of the arc, goes left side to Jasper down low. They'll feed it, a dunk, or excuse me, a block on the dunk attempt, and out of bounds, they say, touched last by the Crimson Tide. Wow.
My goodness, what a block by Noah Clowney. Jalen Williams went up and tried to throw it down, but he was denied in a big way. He hit the deck, the ball goes out of bounds. I think Noah Clowney, I guess, knocked it out of bounds, but what a defensive play by Clowney.
Wow, inside they'll work it, and again, this time the dunk is good on the part of Jalen Williams. Went up and over Bediako, the lefty, who was big to start the game, and then picked up 2 quick fouls, now big to start the half. A 3 in the quarter, Clowney is good. Bama back-to-back, bank first threes, and the Tides to within 3 again. 42-39 with 19 minutes to play.
And look at Nate Oats pumping his fist, trying to get his team to get some stops on the defensive end.
Jasper throws it left side to Williams. Drives, throws a bounce pass kicked by Alabama, so possession will stay with the Tigers with a reset to 20 on the shot clock. 18:53 to play in the second half, and Auburn a 42-39 lead over Bama. Williams to trigger it from the baseline, the left of the bucket. Gets it in, they work it to Green. Green giving it back to Williams. Williams against Clowney, a deep 3. That one's short. Ball knocked out of bounds, touched last by the Tigers. An air ball. Great defense by Clowney on Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams right now, tough to guard because of his ability to knock down the 3, but Noah Clowney able to stick right with it. Got a great contest, forced the air ball, and Alabama gets it back.
Here's Quinerly front court for the Crimson Tide. JQ surveying the floor. Drives to his right, now goes left. Stops, backs it out again between the circles. Quinerly still with the dribble. Going to his left. Bounce pass, Bediako. Over to Sears. 3 for the tie. Bottom. Let's start over. Tied at 42 with 18:20 to play.
Alabama struggled from the 3-point line in the first half. Here in the first couple of minutes, a perfect 3 for 3 from deep.
Green, a bounce pass to Broom. Broom driving, bounce pass out to Jasper. Jasper with 15 on the shot clock. Driving, stopping, looking, a bounce pass, a feed inside to Broom, a kick back to Flanagan. Thought about a three, now lets it go and hits it. He hesitated, then dropped it in, and a bucket good, and now a timeout as you got an injured Tiger, I believe. It looked like Jalen Williams may have jammed a finger or something, as he may have collided with somebody underneath the basket. Not sure, but he's in some pain. He's been a pain for us, I know that. Williams with a dozen points. And stepping off the floor, being attended to. Maybe it's not a finger, maybe it's his contact lens. That's exactly what it is. He lost a contact lens, got it back. He'll be replaced by Moore for a few moments anyway. Here's Quinerly front court with Bama down 45-42. The Tide has not led in this ball game. Front court driving, feeding it Sears. Three ball, too strong. Rebound tipped and controlled by Auburn. Here come the Tigers running the other way. Flanagan on the wing, giving it off to Broom at the elbow. Broom pivots, now backing his way down on Bediako. Broom spinning in the lane, lost it, and a foul's going to be called on the Crimson Tide. I think it's going to be on Charles.
That's a big call. That's his third. He was the only Alabama player in foul trouble in the first half, and that will be Charles Bediako's third. Didn't need to reach on Broom, who was trying to dribble past him.
Bama didn't get Bediako out of there in time, and now the Tigers will try to attack. Flanagan, a deep three, right side is good. They hit another one. Miller defending both times he hits him, and it's a 6-point game again, 48-42. Quinerly trying to drive, goes down the lane, hands it off. Bediako the flush, beautiful feed. Jahvon Quinerly, and Bama is back to within 4.
Alabama in a rhythm on the offensive end, but unfortunately, so are the Auburn Tigers, especially from the three-point line.
Quinerly 9 points, 4 assists so far in this game. Left side, they go with it to Green, into the low post to Broom. Broom posting up on Bediako, spinning in the lane, a fall-away shot up and good. Got another one to drop, and the lead goes back to 6 again. 50-44 Tigers. Here's Bama with Miller on the far side. Miller trying to spin away from trouble. Gets it to Bediako. He gets fouled. And that's going to be on Wendell Green. His first personal foul. Team foul. Number 1 this half on the Tigers as well. So Bediako exits, and Nimari Burnett comes in to replace him for Alabama.
Auburn's a team that makes 6 threes per game. They've already made 8. 8 for 10 from 3 with just under 17 minutes left. They have been on fire from deep.
Quinerly with the basketball, zigzagging his way against the defense. Behind the back with the dribble, lost it, got it back. Quinerly crossing over, driving down the lane. Tripp kept his footing though. Finds Sears, back to JQ in the corner. Quinerly on the drive, dumps it in the corner. Burnett, 3, short. Rebound claimed by Auburn, and the Tigers will come the other way. Bama 3 straight makes, and now back-to-back missed threes. Tigers inside with Green, outside to Broom. Broom trying to drive. Driving in, puts it up, missed it. Rebound off the head of Burnett, out of bounds. Possession will stay with Auburn.
Boy, 2 Alabama players right there. Great effort, but unfortunately goes out of bounds. Noah Clowney, Nimari Burnett. I think it went off Burnett. Another second chance opportunity for the Tigers.
They get it in bounds. They throw it in the low post. Broom spinning and easily scoring around Clowney. Boy, got it way too deep there. And the Tigers lead by 8 again, and then Bama throws it away. Alabama throws it away. Timeout on the floor. 15:52 to go. Bama trailing 52-44. Just no turnovers and 1 steal in his 16 minutes.
He's played well, and boy, Alabama got it done in the second half defensively against Arkansas. That's going to need to be the case here tonight.
Tigers with the basketball, front court to our left, leading Bama by 8. Wendell Green Jr. working against Sears, trying to create a little space, plays off the screen, drives down the lane, then hands it off, and the dunk for 2 by Broom. Great feed, and the lead is back to 10. After Bama tied it up, a 10-0 run, 6-0 run for the Tigers, 12-2. They've outscored Bama during that stretch, but Broom just picked up another foul. Janai Broom guilty of his second personal foul.
Auburn on a 12-2 run. Tigers 5 out of their last 6, and a couple of those from deep.
Clowney checks out. Bediako back into the ball game for the Crimson Tide. Inbounds goes to Quinerly. JQ near side Sears. Spins, shoots, misses the 3, and the rebound secured by Flanagan. Gives it to Green, and the Tigers will push it ahead. KD Johnson now going down the lane. Puts it up with the left hand. Blocked by Miller, out of bounds. Great play by Brandon Miller. KD Johnson had that angle, or so it seemed, and then Miller came flying in to block another shot for Brandon. That is his second of the ball game.
Need more plays like that on that end of the floor. Auburn playing so well offensively. Alabama not able to put consecutive stops together in a while.
Tigers get it to the elbow, and Williams spinning against Burnett. Puts it up, got it to go. Burnett thought he got knocked to the deck. There was no whistle. And Bama will come the other way, trailing by 12 again, matching its biggest deficit. Miller steps into a 3. That's too strong. Rebound tipped out. They're going to get a foul on Auburn. That's going to be on Broom, and that'll be his third.
That pass to Brandon, not on target. Had to really bend down, got him off of his rhythm. Missed it badly. Important to make the right pass, but on target, that one was not. Bama fortunate to get it back.
Tide will inbound it from the baseline. As the Tigers make a change, they'll get Broom out with his third foul and bring Cardwell, who has 3, back into the ball game. Really need to make some hay with that guy on the bench. An 8-0 run in the last 2 minutes for the Tigers. And a tough guy to stop. Bama lobs it inside to Bediako, who got fouled, and he'll have 2 shots upcoming.
I think that's going to be on the floor.
Maybe so. I hope so, frankly, because Charles is only about a 40% or less free throw shooter.
Got him before he went into his shooting motion. Alabama have to inbound it. Tough to get the ball inbounds against Auburn. They put their 6'11" center Cardwell on the ball. JQ backing up as far as he can, but tough to get the ball in.
Williams checks out. That was his third foul for the Tigers. JQ trying to inbound it. Got to hurry. Timeout called, as Alabama has to burn one right there. Timeout on the floor. 14:47 to go in the second half. It's all Auburn. Tigers leading at 56-44 here. Lee and Burnett, the 5 on the floor for the Crimson Tide. It'll be Brandon Miller to trigger it in for the baseline. To the right of the Bama basket. Looking to lob it, does. Bediako couldn't handle it. Pass off the mark, and here comes Johnson the other way. Drive to the rim, wild layup, no good. Deflected into the hands of Sears. Mark coming the other way for Bama. Running down the lane, kicks it in the corner. Burnett all alone, 3, way too strong. Weak side rebound though, Bediako. Back to Sears near side. His 3, no. Rebound far side, claimed by Flanagan. Sears 2 of 6 from beyond the arc. Bama trails by a dozen. Here come the Tigers the other way. They're in no real rush unless they have numbers. Up by a dozen. They'll feed it right side to Johnson. Johnson to Cardwell. A couple of dribbles inside the arc and a handoff to Green. Nearly stolen, poked away. Scramble on the deck, and now a reach is going to be called. He was going after the loose ball, and just before he did, he apparently grabbed the arm of Wendell Green.
What a great defensive play initially, and in an effort to get the loose ball, gets called for the foul. Alabama frustrated with their inability to knock down open shots. Made some early here in the second half, but not able to get the steal, and 2 open opportunities from 3 on the previous possession. Neither go down.
Burnett checks out, replaced by Rylan Griffen. Cardwell hands it off. Green puts up a jumper that's no good. Rebound fought for and claimed by Rylan. Gives it ahead to JQ, weaving his way through traffic. Quinerly, left side Miller. Fakes a 3, drives, spins away from traffic, gives it out to Griffen. Rylan the dribble and a handoff to JQ. Deep 3, near side, in and out, no good. It was halfway down. Griffen had his hands on a loose ball, though, couldn't secure it, and it goes out of bounds off the Crimson Tide. Mercy. That 3 from JQ was halfway down. as it rimmed out, and then Griffen nearly had the loose ball, but couldn't secure it.
Got to keep fighting, and it starts on this end of the floor. Frustrating game for Alabama on both ends, but want to claw your way back in. Got to put some stops together. Alabama's been able to put a couple together, but some missed opportunities offensively.
Williams drives to the left wing to Cardwell. Now up top to work it before going back to Johnson. He'll drive underneath, has a pass deflected, stolen away. Griffen with the basketball. Rylan bringing it ahead, going down the lane, dumping it off. Bediako to catch in traffic, counted. He got fouled, but there was no whistle. That's a big make, though, for Charles Bediako to cut the lead for Auburn down to 10, and the crowd trying to rally the home team again. Auburn front court with Green, giving it off right side, Flanagan. Flanagan cut off, brings it back to the wing. He'll get into the lane, little 8-footer is good. A tough shot again from Alex Flanagan, and the Tigers have made it 58-46. Bama underneath, whips a pass, Quinerly, all alone, 3-ball, no. Rebound fought for, and Williams claims it for Auburn. Some dead-on looks, Bama just can't get to drop. Now Johnson on the far wing. Up top, they'll work it, gives it off on the drive. Green throws a lob, and a push-off is going to be whistled on the Tigers. That's on Cardwell, and that is his 4th.
Alabama won for their last 8, and not many of them have been contested. Getting some good looks. Fortunately, putting a few stops together. Auburn not scoring at quite the rate they were earlier in the half, but Alabama with some wide open missed opportunities from deep.
Jaden Bradley into the game for Alabama, replacing Quinerly. Jaden working against KD, works to his left, nothing there, spins back to his right, now goes left, got cut off, throws it away, stolen by Williams. Bounce pass ahead to Flanagan, goes in, lost it on the way up, and then Auburn had it but lost it. It's because it was knocked out of bounds by the Crimson Tide.
That was really good defense by Auburn, and a mistake by Jaden Bradley. Not able to get past his man and tried to throw it out to Brandon Miller, but an easy pick for Auburn, and they went the other way.
They spin in the lane, they shoot, and a late whistle is going to be called on Brandon Miller. They say for a foul on the arm. The shot was short. Brandon thought he got it clean. They say he got him on the arm. And that'll send Jalen Williams to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Bama only one of its last 8. The Tide had even the score at 44 all, but it has been, or 42 all, but it's been all Auburn since that time. Free throw missed by Williams, keeping it at 58-46 with 12:03 remaining.
The good news is, with Alabama's pace of play, they could get back in a game pretty quickly. But as it has for most of the season, it starts defensively, and Auburn has not cooperated. They have been so good on the offensive end. Every time Alabama's done a little something offensively, they've answered, especially here in the second half.
Williams gets 1 of 2. He'll exit the game, and Moore comes in to replace him for the Tigers. Bama's got Miller, Bradley, Griffen, Clowney, and Sears as the 5 on the floor. Mark working left side, back to Clowney, top of the arc, 3-ball, short, rebound tipped and controlled by Auburn. They'll flip it ahead to Johnson on the left wing. Johnson, a deep step back 3 is good. 62-46 Auburn with 11:40 to go. Miller with it.
Auburn is 9 for 11 from 3.
Miller with the basketball on the drive, spinning away from trouble. Tough shot left hand, got fouled. He'll have free throws upcoming when we come back. Bama's got its work cut out for it. 11:32 to play. Trailing Auburn 62-46 here in Tuscaloosa. 2 shots. Brandon's got 8 points in the game. 1 of 4 from 3, 2 of 6 overall, but he's turned it over 5 times. And he misses the first free throw there. That's his first miss from the charity stripe so far.
Well, it has just been a tough night for Alabama. Brandon Miller, the second best percentage free throw shooter in the SEC, just missed 1.
Knocks down the second, though, and gets it to an 11-point game, or excuse me, to a 62-47 game. Down to a 15-point contest. Alabama defending as Donaldson brings it ahead to Moore. Moore giving it up top of the circle to Cardwell. Cardwell, the handoff, Flanagan, a deep three, missed it. Long rebound, claimed by K.D. Johnson. He won the race to the loose ball, and the Tigers got a reset to 20. Bama watched it in the air, and Auburn went after it. Donaldson on the drive, a step back three. That one's no good. Rebound again, claimed by Cardwell, as Johnson will have it for a third try for Auburn upcoming. Third chance opportunity with 10:52 to go, and Auburn up 15. Johnson inside the arc, had it blocked from behind, but they'll call a foul on Rylan Griffen.
3 opportunities for the Tigers. Well, Alabama not showing a lot of signs of coming back in this game. Finally, Auburn misses a couple threes. They haven't done that here in the second half. Still plenty of time to do it, but boy, judging from that defensive possession, it is going to be tough here the last 10:49 to get back in this one.
They'll try to not bleed the clock. You can't do that anymore, but they will not run unless they have to, or get the feel like they've got a real opportunity as Johnson hits the first free throw. Sears in, Griffen checks out. "16-point Tiger lead, trying to get to 17, and they do just that as Johnson hits both. He's got 14 points off the bench for Auburn. Here's the Crimson Tide front court with Quinerly. Drive to the rim, off the glass and in. Quinerly with the bucket now in double figures with 11. 64-59. Back to a 15-point game again.
49.
Excuse me, 64-49. On the drive, Johnson a leaner. It wedges between the rim and the backboard, but a foul was called on the Crimson Tide. I think that's going to be on Noah Clowney. Clowney frustrated, thought he went straight up. Don Daly is the only one with a whistle close by that saw it that way. (64-49). Auburn trying to add their lead with 10.5 to go, 10:27 to be exact. Free throw up and good. Second attempt from Johnson. Trying to get 16 points total. And get the lead to 17 in the process, and he does just that. 66-49 Auburn. With 10:20 to go, Quinerly playing off the screen, reverses back to Miller. Miller directing traffic, says clear out, gives it off. Quinerly, left side, three, halfway down, it popped out. Wow. Story of the night, we've had at least 3 do that.
The three-point line has, and it's been on both ends. Auburn was just at 80%. They missed a couple, got it back, got to the free throw line. Alabama can't buy one from deep.
Johnson, near side, trying to play off the screen again. Goes left, gets into the lane. Weaving through traffic, backing it out at 4. At 3, throws at the low post at 2. A jump hook, did not hit the rim, and it's a shot clock violation. And Brandon Miller screaming that Cardwell was in the lane for more than 3 seconds. Have to go get it, guys. Gonna have to go get it. 66-49 Auburn with 9:38 to go. Clowney to inbound it for Bama. Does so to JQ, who will not touch the basketball until he has to, and that's it now. It starts the clock with 9 minutes, 37 seconds to go. Quinerly on the drive, goes to the rim, puts it up and in off the glass. He's trying to do it. Put this team on his back, and the crowd reacting to that is, it's again a 66-51 ball game. The lead at 15 for the Tigers. Bama's got to get stops.
Yeah, JQ's played well. He's got 13, but it is going to start on this end of the floor if Alabama wants to get back in.
Bama took it away. Miller snatched it out of the air. Miller driving the other direction, going down the lane. Got bumped, no whistle. Needs help. Looks, gives it off. Quinerly all alone. 3. Q getting going. Another bank first three. Timeout Auburn with 8:58 to play, and Bama back to within 12.
Alabama finally put some stomps together.
Quinerly and Bradley is the 5 on the floor. Tigers countering with Williams, Green, Broom. Berman checks back in, and KD Johnson is there as well. They've gone with an extra guard, have the Tigers. Broom with it up top, dribbling right, handing it off to Williams. Williams a couple of dribbles and pivots and needs help. Gives it out finally to Johnson with the shot clock. Now down to 12 seconds. Williams defended by Miller at 9, and he stepped out of bounds. KD Johnson ran out of room. Stepped on the sideline. Great defense again, Brandon Miller, to give Bama the ball with 8.5 minutes to go and the Tide down a dozen.
Brandon Miller playing the power forward position. Typically, a power forward can't switch out on KD Johnson, but Miller has the versatility defensively to do it.
Quinerly with it, left of the circle. Spins away from trouble. Now to Bradley. Bradley working left side. Has it, goes downhill. Bounce pass, inside, layup, good. Clowney, Jaden Bradley drew the defense. It's a 10-point game with 8:12 to go, and the crowd's back in it.
Alabama on a 7-0 run in the last minute.
Green the drive, wild layup, no, tipped out, controlled by Bama. Bradley running, Bradley downhill, Bradley handing it off. Sears the layup, yes, and Alabama's to within 8. 7:54 to go, and the Tide 9-0 run in the last 95 seconds.
Getting stops defensively and turning that into offense. Easy basket right there by Sears.
Near steal, but Auburn controls it. Green giving it off to Williams. They throw it down low. Stolen by Quinerly. He throws it off the Tiger. It goes out of bounds, and Alabama will have it when we come back. Listen to the crowd. And a near fight breaking out. Quinerly and I believe Wendell Green Jr. with words. Teams heading to their huddles, and we're heading to a timeout, and don't you dare think about leaving. 7:31 to play. Auburn 66, Bama 58. They're looking now at whether anything took place just before the timeout and between, I guess, for Alabama, Jahvon Quinerly, and for Auburn, maybe Wendell Green Jr.
That's a possibility, certainly. If anyone saw the Kentucky-Florida women's game earlier, there was a 25-minute delay because of some pushing and shoving that happened in that ball game, and it took the officials a long time, and the monitor had to write down. Eventually led to 8 ejections in that game, 4 for Florida, 4 for Kentucky. So a few things are being written down right now, but again, last word we heard was they were just reviewing that last foul that would be on Broom, that would be his fifth. It hasn't been announced just yet, but that's what it looks like it'll be as Don Daly is getting closer to wrapping everything up. All the paperwork here at the scores table.
Thank you, Roger. Great work. Our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter. And again, a crucial moment in the momentum leaving, it seems, at the moment, or could, Bryan. It actually could work to Bama's favor because they expended a lot of energy with the comeback so far. Maybe you get a chance to take a deep breath, rest back up, and then go with your second wave.
I like your line of thinking better than what I was feeling. I think Nate Oats wants his team back on the court to keep things going. Last 3 minutes have been the best 3 minutes for Alabama in this game. 9-0 run, finally putting some stops together, energy in the building, and Roger mentioned that 25-minute delay. We do not need anything like that. Want to get these teams back out on the court, and hopefully Alabama can continue the momentum.
Well, we've got plenty of time. Why don't we pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. I am all for official reviews. First of all, they're sponsored. Second of all, you want to get it right. But do we really need to take more than 5 minutes on the watch to get this thing figured out?
The answer is no, but that's what we're doing.
It's not the Zapruder film. Let's go with something.
And they didn't even start looking at it until almost when the timeout was just what we thought, the normal.
Now they're going to bring Nate Oats and Bruce Pearl over to talk at center court and sort it out. Officials are gesturing both ways.
You know, that's a tricky situation because players are coming off the bench because it's a timeout.
Right.
Now, there was pushing and shoving, but guys are out on the floor regardless.
But I didn't see any punches thrown. Did you? I didn't see anything like that. Roger, have you got anything? I'm sorry.
No, didn't get to see anything. I was trying to relay a quick message to Tom Stipe about when the decision comes in. Hopefully, we'll be able to listen in to the official explanation of Tony Giles in just a moment.
Thank you, partner. So they are discussing it, and let's see which coach is more upset. Neither one seems overly angry. And they're still talking it over. And now let's listen in. Cheat sheet, Tom Stipe.
All right, the initial foul was on 4 white.
Initial foul was on Jahvon.
5 red, we'll shoot a 1-and-1.
1-and-1 upcoming for
Ball
Quinerly.
became dead. We had double dead ball contact technical fouls on 5 red and 1 white. They're offsetting because they're in the dead ball period. No free throw. Then we've got 3 for Alabama, 14 for Alabama, and the gentlemen in the black street clothes from Alabama are all ejected from the bench area, coming out and participating in the scrum. Leaving the bench. 3 red, 14, and a gentleman in the street clothes, and he'll be over here. We'll find him.
I don't know if it was a staff member. Nate Oats is livid because Charles Bediako has been thrown out of the game for leaving the bench, but they were coming over because it's a timeout. Nate is really hot. So Rylan, Griffen, and Bediako left. Sears is on the floor right now for Alabama. Quinerly, a big 1-and-1. And boy, that's a huge make after about a 10-minute delay, Bryan passing. That's incredible.
Or big, but you felt like you needed another warm-up period after that delay, and JQ able to knock down the first.
Second one, trying to get it to a 6-point game with 7:31 to go, and it rolls off no good. So 1 of 2 for Quinerly. 66-59 Auburn with 7:25 to go. Tigers will bring it front court. Green trips, picks up the ball, gives it off to Cardwell. Gives it back now to Flanagan. Flanagan left side with 10 to shoot. Flanagan at 9, at 8. Flanagan at 7. A deep jumper short. Called underneath by Miller. Bama coming the other way. Brandon front court. Brandon left to the circle. Brandon to the top of the arc. Brandon still with a dribble. Brandon for 3. In and out, no good. And the rebound claimed by Auburn and Alan Flanagan.
Alabama had what they wanted. Brandon Miller with the center for Auburn. Cardwell on him. Rose up. I thought it was going down, but in and out.
Here's Auburn with Zep Jasper with it. Goes right side. Miller cuts him off. A bounce pass goes to Cardwell. Down low, they'll feed it. Stripped and stolen. Quinerly with a steal. A huge steal from Williams, who is ready to score over a smaller defender. Now it's JQ on the other end. Going past him. Going to the rack. And scoring! Oh, JQ! Jelly time at Coleman Coliseum. 6:20 to go. Bama 2 and then 5.
And that's a 4-point swing. All JQ. What a defensive play, and able to finish at the rim.
Timeout, Auburn. And listen to this crowd. Auburn to inbound at side court. They get it to Cardwell. He will hand it off to Williams. Williams on the drive. The kick into the corner. Flanagan. Flanagan being hounded by Bradley. Let's fly for 3. Short. Rebounded Bradley. Bama bringing it ahead. Bradley giving it off to Quinerly. JQ giving it off in the corner. Sears trying to shake free. Sears with it now on the wing. Sears bringing it out and giving it off to Brandon. Brandon against Cardwell. Brandon hesitating. Stepping back. 3. Short. Rebound tip. Controlled. Clowney. Layup. Yes. And Alabama is 2 and then 3.
second chance opportunities going the way of Alabama here the last few minutes. Noah Clowney getting on the offensive glass after another miss from Miller.
Donaldson against JQ, goes right side. Donaldson in the lane, stopping, looking, outside. He'll go to Flanagan, 10 to shoot. Flanagan at 9, Flanagan at 8, Flanagan at 7, stopping at 5, Flanagan at 4, a deep 3, a brick, rebound claimed by Caldwell, and a foul's going to be called on Alabama. Dylan Cardwell, the rebound. He gets fouled on the play, I believe, by Brandon Miller. And he'll have a 1-and-1 upcoming, as that's the 17th foul on the Tide. Auburn's been called for 8. Clowney is the man guilty of his 3rd foul. 5:11 to go. It's a 1-possession game, and nobody using the seats here at Coleman. Cardwell, 1-and-1. It's almost an air ball, and it was. It's out of bounds, and it's Bama basketball.
Cardwell, a 30% free throw shooter, did not draw iron. Alabama with a chance to tie it with a 3. Bama rolling offensively and getting stops.
JQ with it front court. Quinerly, left side, Miller to the top of the arc. Miller working against the defender Williams. Miller left side, crossing over, going baseline, getting underneath, foul on the floor. He will have 1 plus the bonus coming up. What a ball game.
What a comeback.
That's why I think it's what a ball game.
Brandon Miller struggling from the 3-point line, but his teammates making plays. Huge offensive rebound putback on the last possession by Noah Clowney. Brandon Miller in this game, just 9 points, 1 for 5 from the 3-point line. Big 1-and-1 coming up for the freshman.
Miller, a deep breath, a free throw in perfection. Auburn was 9 of its first 11 from 3-point range. They are 0 for their last 3. 4:57 to go. Brandon Miller trying to make this a 1-point game. He does. Wow. Wow. Front court with it is Green. Playing off the screen. Green working against Clowney. Gives it off to Johnson. Johnson back out to Green. Green working against Clowney. Stopping at the elbow. Goes downhill. Kicks it into the corner. 1 more to Johnson. Into the low post to Green. Lays it up and got it to go. Nice feed from K.D. Johnson to Wendell Green Jr. And that ends a 16-0 run in the last 5 minutes for Bama. Now the other way is the Tide. On the far side, it's Bradley. 3-point game. Jaden on the drive. Leaner, no. Rebound tip. Knocked out of bounds by Auburn. Bama gets it back with 4:17 remaining. Again, trailing by 3.
Good move by Jaden Bradley, not able to get the floater to go down, but Noah Clowney won't get credit for the offensive rebound. But because of the effort, putting pressure on the Auburn Tigers, going for the loose ball, they knock it out of bounds, and Alabama will have a chance. Second chance with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Auburn, 1 of its last 7 from the field, and 5 turnovers in the last 6 minutes. Bama to Sears in the corner. Sears cross it over, going baseline. Gets to the right, lays it up and in, and it's a 1-point game again. Auburn with the ball in the lead with 4:05 remaining. Green working against Sears. Green backing it out. Green to his right. Green with 10. Green with 9. Guarded now by Miller at 8. At 7. Stops. Hands it off to Johnson. Now they go to Williams. His 3. Brick. Rebound though by Moore. Moore stopping. Looking back outside Williams. They go again to Flanagan with 14 on the shot clock. 3:30 to go in the game. Auburn ball and a 1-point lead. Johnson working against Clowney. Johnson directing traffic at 3, at 2, at 1. He did not get it off, did he? Oh, he did, and he got fouled, and he'll have shots when we come back. Title for the second time in 3 years. Already assured of no worse than a share. A victory here, they would ice it, or a victory Saturday in College Station. Man, it would be sweet to get it done tonight. Auburn trying to prevent it. Johnson, the free throw. Johnson, the miss, and the lead stays at 1.
Katie Johnson, a 70% free throw shooter. Can't assume he's going to miss here. They've gotten a bunch of offensive rebounds, many of those in the second half. Got to have 4 guys in the lane blocking out.
3:19 to go. Johnson, brick, rebound tip, saved by Auburn. It was Moore who got to it first, and the Tigers get another chance. Johnson, a reach is called on Alabama, and he'll get back to the line for another 1-and-1. Oh, the 19th foul of the Tide as Bradley just got called for his 3rd.
3 opportunities for the Tigers. Alabama not able to close out this defensive possession. The Tigers missed a 3, got it back, got to the line. And a free throw off an offensive rebound. And Katie Johnson this time capitalizes on the 1-on-1.
Wasn't even close to missing that one. He's a 70% free throw shooter on the year. Takes a deep breath, trying to get the lead back to 3. 3:13 to go, and he got the friendly roll there. He's had a heck of a game. Johnson with now 18 points, and Bama trails by 3, 70-67. Quinerly to Sears. Sears center of the floor. Sears crossing right, back to Miller, top of the arc. Trying to drive, spinning in the lane. Tough shot, wouldn't go, but he's fouled. And now Brandon will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Brandon Miller not shooting the ball well from 3. He's one of the best 3-point shooters in college basketball, but just 1 for 5 in this game. But has the ability to score in so many different ways, puts pressure on the defense, takes the contact, gets to the line for 2.
Whistle that foul on Flanagan. That's his 3rd. First one's perfect. Brandon with a dozen points. Quiet game by his standards, certainly as of late, as he's gone for 41 and 24 in his last 2. But trying to help Bama claw back, and he does make it a 1-point game again. 70-69. 2:55 to go. Everybody on their feet. Green working against Sears, goes right. Sears stepping back, a deep 3, and he nailed it. What a huge make. From Wendell Green Jr. Bama down 4. Here's Quinerly. 2:40 to go. Quinerly directing traffic. Calling for a screen. Takes it left side. Quinerly on the drive. Going downhill. Lays it up. Got it. And he is fouled. Jahvon Quinerly. A chance for the and 1 with 2:30 to go.
What a huge answer from JQ. The big 3 from Wendell Green extends it to 4, and a chance for an old school 3-point play as JQ has been so good in this one. That gives him 21. Chance to get 22 at the line.
4th foul on Jalen Williams. He got 2 in the first 3.5 minutes. Quinerly with 21 points, 5 assists, 3 steals, and no turnovers with 2:30 remaining in the game. What an amazing 29 minutes he has played. Knocks down the freebie as well. And Bama answers the 3 from Green with an old school and 1 to make it a 1-point game again. Green on the drive, down the lane, wild runner, no. Rebounded Miller, and Bama looks for its first lead of the day, and we got numbers ahead. Clowney lays it up, it wouldn't go, but he'll go to the line, and he'll have 2 shots upcoming to give Bama a tie, and then hopefully the lead with 2:13 on the clock.
Great pass by Brandon Miller to a streaking Noah Clowney. Bama had numbers after the defensive rebound. Auburn Tiger a little late getting back, and Noah Clowney sprints from one end to the other, gets rewarded by Brandon Miller. 2 big free throws coming up for the freshman.
Clowney at the stripe, where he's 1 of 2 so far. Make it 1 of 3 as he missed that one. Trying to tie it for the first time since we were knotted at 42. That was early in this half. Auburn went up by 17. Bama trying to come all the way back. And they have. Deadlocked again with over 2 minutes to go. Tied at 73. 2:10 and ticking. Our time remaining at Coleman. Front court, it's Green. Playing off a screen. Gives it to Flanagan. Into the low post, they'll dump it to Williams. Williams, the kick back to Green. Deep 3, no. Rebound, Clowney grabs it. And Bama now again looks for its first lead of the night. JQ front court. Quinerly directing traffic. Nate Oats moving the chess pieces around. Quinerly working against Johnson. Quinerly faking a pass, driving, fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Alabama initially wanted to go inside to Brandon Miller, trying to post up the smaller Wendell Green, but Auburn came over to help. That cleared out the right side as JQ able to go high pick and roll. Auburn comes over a little bit too late, and he was passing it off, but it'll be 2 shots because Bama's in the double bonus.
Flanagan joining Williams with 4 fouls. Quinerly trying to give Bama the lead. And he does. 74-73 our score. And for the first time tonight, good guys on top. Trying to make it a 2-point lead. Quinerly spins the basketball, dribbles it once, shoots it, makes it, and Coleman erupts again. 75-73. Bama, its first lead. Tigers front court with 90 seconds to go. Green to Moore. Now Moore to Williams. Williams dribbling to his right, handing it off once again to Green. Green defended by Sears. 10 on the shot clock. 9. Green at 8. Green at 7. Playing off a screen at 5. At 4. Miller has him on the switch. Green, a wild shot, no. Miller clears it. Out to Sears, and we got numbers. Sears stopping. 3 ball. In and out, no good. And the rebound claimed by Auburn. They run it ahead to Green. To Flanagan, the layup is good with 54 seconds to go. And we're tied again at 75. Oh, Sears had that one more than halfway down, and it popped out. It would have been a 5-point lead. Instead, Quinerly front court, timeout Nate Oats. Alabama will use a full, and oh, mercy. What a ball game here in Tuscaloosa. 75. Oh, Sears had that one more than halfway down, and it popped out. It would have been a 5-point lead. Instead, Quinerly front court, timeout Nate Oats. Went in front of a packed house outright. Here's Quinerly with it. Quinerly, center of the floor, working between the circles. Quinerly surveying things with KD Johnson defending. 10. 9, Quinerly at 8, at 7, Quinerly at 6, stops, kicks in the corner. With the basketball, I think it's Sears, I can't see. Sears, did he step out of bounds? He did. Mark Sears stepped on the sideline. Great defense by Flanagan.
Tigers going to try to go for the last shot here. Bama needs a stop to defend, rebound the ball, do it without fouling. 18
seconds to play. Green bringing it front court. Green working against Sears. 12, 11, 10. Green at 9. Green at 8. Green at 7. At 6. Green at 5. At 4. Fall away at 3. No good. Rebounded Bradley at 2. A scramble forward at 1. Buzzer sounds. And we did it against South Carolina. Why not here again? Overtime.
Cardwell all for Auburn with 4 fouls.
Another jump ball. Clowney will jump for the Tide, and the tap is controlled by Alabama. Front court to our right. Bradley will bring it ahead. Bradley looking for Miller. Instead will drive. Gets to the rim. No, hands it off. Clowney the dunk. And Alabama takes the lead. The first trip down the floor in OT.
What a play by Jaden Bradley. Rejects the screen, goes with the left hand. The defense, couple of Auburn defenders come at him. Leaves it for Noah Clowney for the easy dunk.
Green in the lane, stopping, shooting, missing. Rebound tipped out, scramble. Quinerly's got it. Quinerly weaving through traffic. Looks left side. Sears, three. Bottom. Bama by 5. 4:20 to go in OT. And a wonderful start for Alabama.
That's the same exact shot Mark Sears had with about a minute to play. That one went in and out. This time it goes down.
Green right side, kicks it into the corner. Green to Moore, and they're going to call a foul away from the basketball. Let's see. Oh, mercy.
Oh.
Bama's about to get a steal going the other way, and they call Jaden Bradley for a hold away from the basketball that didn't have anything to do with the play. And that's 4 on Jaden.
Oh my goodness, what a huge play. I didn't see the foul. Could have very easily been the case. It was nowhere near the play as Brandon Miller stepped in the passing lane. And instead,
God, what a tough call.
Flanagan to the line for 2.
KB Burnett with maybe the biggest whistle of the game. Flanagan free throw up and good. And that cuts the Bama lead down to 4 with 4:02 to go. Man. 4th foul also on Bradley. Jaden hadn't scored, has 4 assists, 4 fouls. Flanagan a deep breath. The lefty hits them both. And it's a 1-possession game again, 80-77. Bama the ball in the lead. Jaden will bring it front court for the Tide. Surveying the floor, gives it off to Miller, top of the arc. Brandon driving right. Brandon stepping back, lost it, got it back. He thought he was held. There was no whistle. Miller looking left side on the drive. Stops, cleaner, no. Rebounded his own miss. Put back, yes. What effort from Brandon Miller. Stayed with it after the miss. Put it back in. And Bama leads again by 5 with 3:33 to go.
The effort and strength to go back and get it and knock it down.
Flanagan deep 3, yes. What a play from Allen Flanagan to answer, and it's down to a 2-point game, 82-80 with 3:15 to go. And a foul away from the ball. They're going to call Clowney or Miller.
They got Miller with the push-off. It was the right call. He was frustrated that he didn't get the call on the previous possession. He's arguing with the official, but you can't extend your arm like that. And boy, Auburn making big plays. And that was just a mistake by Alabama's star freshman.
3rd on Brandon to go with his 15 points. 3:08 to go. Bama by 2. Auburn with the ball. Flanagan on the drive. Gets in the lane. That's going to be an offensive foul on Flanagan.
And he's out. Is that 4 on Flanagan?
His 5th, partner.
5th, excuse me.
Great call.
He's out.
And it was going to be either he or Jaden Bradley. And they got the call right.
Well, that's a big call. As Allen Flanagan heating up, just made 2 big free throws, knocked down the 3 to cut into this lead, and went right at the smaller player, Jaden Bradley, but he pushed off. Bruce Pearl doesn't like it, but a couple of big offensive foul calls. This time it goes against the Tigers.
Flanagan will exit, and Leor Berman will come in to replace him for the Tigers.
Berman, a really good defensive player, also can shoot the 3, made a big 3 to end the half for the Tigers.
Bama ball up 2. Clowney top of the arc. Clowney looking left. Trying to get it to Miller, but he's being held. Clowney pivots, picks it up, hands it off left side. The drive, the reverse, count it, and the foul.
What a play by Jaden Bradley. Took the dribble handoff. Auburn extra aggressive, playing the passing lanes, but Jaden Bradley got the handoff, had momentum going to the basket, reversed it off the glass. English, the spin, the foul, and a huge three-point play coming up for the freshman.
That's a great pickup, partner, because I was blocked off. I couldn't see who scored. He slid all the way to the corner after he made the bucket, and I was blocked off by the Bama fans standing on the front row, and I don't mind it at all. What we do know is Bruce Pearl is working himself into a froth as Jalen Williams has fouled out.
And how about Jaden Bradley gets the stop defensively against Flanagan, who pushed off. It was great footwork by Bradley on the defensive end to force the offensive foul, and this time takes the contact, and what a difficult shot. He left from the left side of the lane, finished on the right side, took the contact, put spin off the glass, and in. A chance to extend the Alabama lead to 5.
2 shots for Bradley. Excuse me, 1 shot. I'm so sorry. Thank you, partner. He made the bucket. It was the and 1. And with 2:45 to go, it's 85-80. Bama does indeed lead it by 5. Johnson far side, driving, getting downhill, lost it on the way up. They're going to say Quinerly reached in and got him on the arm in the process. I don't know that he did, but Johnson certainly sold it as though it happened.
The Auburn guards do a great job of drawing fouls. JQ reached in, not a ton of contact, but both KD Johnson and Wendell Green, they force the issue. Get to the free throw line, and KD Johnson with 2 big ones coming up.
Free throw for Johnson. Whew, that one was a little bit off.
Now you got to block out. Alabama's given up a couple of offensive rebounds off missed free throws.
Still a 5-rebound edge for Auburn in the game, 36-31. Johnson, boy, missed them both. Hate to see it, don't you? 85-80, Bama ball, up 5 with 2.5 to go. Quinerly front court, working against the Auburn 2-3 zone.
Alabama going to take a little time. I don't know if it's necessarily by design, but Auburn, because of the foul trouble, changing defenses.
10 to shoot. Bradley with it at 9, at 8. Jaden at 7, at 6, at 4. Bradley at 3, at 2, at 1. No, and the rebound secured by Auburn. And somebody lost a shoe, and Auburn's got a player down and injured, and that's Cardwell, and it's his lower right leg. So the inbounds will come from Donaldson as Bama tries to win the outright SEC title. 2 minutes to go. Bama up 85-80. Johnson trying to work against Quinerly. A step back, fall away 3, and he knocked down another one. Man, has he been good. 21 for KD Johnson, and it's a 2-point game with 1:44 to go. Right side Miller, try to answer. Off the glass after it hit off the rim, and Auburn rebounds it, and the Tigers will come the other way. Johnson on the drive downhill. Leader blocked by Miller. Run down by Sears. And Bama takes it away. Up by 2 with 1:25 to go.
What a play defensively. I think it was Brandon Miller on the block. He's not shot the ball well, but he's made some huge plays on the defensive end.
3 blocked shots. Great effort. Both ends. Bradley giving it to Brandon. Surveying the floor at 8 on the shot clock. It's 7. 1:04 to go in the game. Shot clock at 3. Miller at 2. At 1. Fall away. No good. Rebound weak side. Sears. He'll spin. He'll shoot. He'll miss. Rebounded by Bama. And Bradley gets fouled.
This is a team that shoots just over 30% on the year from the 3-point line. But boy, they have been spectacular from deep in this one.
Bradley, 2 huge free throws. First one's perfect. The freshman from Rochester, New York, knocking it down. Came to Bama from IMG Academy, a McDonald's All-American.
Huge.
We got fries with that on that one. Made them both, and it's 87-83 with 48 seconds remaining. Auburn basketball, down 4. Green playing off the screen, pivots, needs help, gives it off to Bourbon. Bourbon on the drive, got away with a push-off, missed the leaner, rebounded by Auburn. Moore lays it up and in for 2.
Boy, that was a push-off they missed by Bourbon.
2-point game with 34 seconds to go. 5-second differential, shot clock and game clock. Miller being guarded by a double team, gives it off to Bradley.
Get it back.
18 to shoot. Bradley on the drive, got fouled. And going back to the line will be Jaden Bradley with 22.4 to go, and Alabama leading 87-85.
Bradley hit 2 big free throws, but probably should have given it back to Brandon Miller, the number 2 free throw shooter in the SEC, as Auburn in a situation where they had to foul not enough time between shot clock and game clock. Bradley back at the line for 2.
First one up coming. In and out, no good. Rattled out with 22.4 to go. Second one for the freshman. Perfect. 88-85. One more stop, Bama, right here. Auburn trying to inbound it. Looking, they do get it into Bourbon. Gives it back to Donaldson. Donaldson kicks it over to Johnson. Johnson trying to shake free. Johnson driving into the lane, spinning, shooting, knocked away. Bama ball, trying to run out the clock. Bradley on the drive, to the rim, missed the dunk, rebounded Miller, and he's going to be fouled with 6.1 to go. And Bama leading by 3. They need 1 free throw to probably, in all likelihood, reach for the scissors here at Coleman Coliseum.
Maybe not the greatest idea of Jaden Bradley, but understand his excitement trying to throw it down and end this game. Fortunately, Brandon Miller getting on the offensive glass. Chance to make this a 2-possession game. 6.1 to play, a championship on the line.
Free throw up and good.
Keep him in front, turn him, don't foul, stop the clock, let him get points that way.
Free throw upcoming, free throw perfect, which is what Bama's trying to be in SEC play here at home. Inbounds pass goes to Johnson. He'll run front court at 3, at 2, at 1. He'll let it fly at the buzzer. It's short, and play the song for the champions of the Southeastern Conference.